According to the CDC, we have 72 million adults with an active diagnosis of obesity or suffering from obesity. And if we count the kids, those numbers go up to 130 million. But for the sake of this conversation, let's just focus on the adults. They say in the African American race, the women have numbers as high as 41.9%. So, in the entire African American race, 41.9% of the people are women with obesity. In the Hispanic race, those numbers are 31.8% for the entire population. Last year, when I decided to start my practice, I wanted to focus on obesity as a chronic disease. Not so much weight loss, because weight loss is easy. People lose weight all the time. They lose weight, gain it back, lose weight, gain it back. But I wanted to focus on the chronic disease of obesity, and that's what we're going to talk about. A person who has obesity has about 100 to 150 billion fat cells, whereas a person that does not have obesity have about 25 to 35 billion fat cells. You do the math. So in 2013, the American Medical Association decided to add obesity as a diagnosis and give it a CPT code where providers can get paid for treating people with obesity, give it an ICD-10 code so we could add it to our diagnosis and we could actively treat this thing. It's no longer considered a disease where people are a disorder, where people are just, fat, lazy, unmotivated, and eat too much. And it's not as simple as push yourself away from the table so you can lose weight. It's so much more deeper than that. Again, 150 billion fat cells versus 25 to 35 billion fat cells. That's huge. There is a plethora, a ton of factors that contribute to a person being obese or suffering with obesity. One of the greatest is genetics. That's my story. Either your mom, dad, sister, brother, my entire family suffer with obesity, with the exception of my mom. But genetics play a huge role. And then outside of genetics, if you become overweight, you're too tired to exercise. So lack of physical activity, habits, dietary habits. The standard American diet is full of sugar. If you look inside of, I was blown away by the ketchup. There's sugar there. There's sugar in anything. And a lot of times people don't even know that they're eating sugar because there's all these fancy names, dextrose, maltose, fructose, galactose, all these things that you don't know is actually sugar added to your food. And if you're predisposed to obesity and you're already overweight and you're not working out, you're just gonna get bigger and bigger. So to solve any problem, I believe you have to get to the root of the problem. What's causing it? If it's genetics, you get to that. There's nothing we could do about genetics. These are just things we were born with. But what about your diet? Are you eating nutritiously dense foods? Are you exercising? Are you taking supplements? Are you getting your labs drawn? Preventative services. Have you identified an accountability partner? Do you have someone that's motivating and positive in your life? No, we all don't have that. So what do? You get out there and you find that. You find what you need to make your life better and to get rid of this thing called obesity because it will kill you. According to the National Institute of Health, morbid obesity, that's a BMI of 35 or greater, has the potential to take 14 years off your life. 14 years off your life. The average American woman lives for 85 years, minus 14 years. And then that's just the minimal. Take care of yourself. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. What I mean by that, I started on my health journey 2 years ago. Within 2 years, I've came down a significant amount, but last year was my biggest. I lost 28 pounds just all natural. I've never done all natural. I've always used tools to lose weight, and I depended on those tools. And when you become dependent on the tools after you lose the weight, tools are like diet pills. Tools are like gastric bypass surgery. Tools are like an accountability partner that you're just using for a small amount of time. Those are all tools. When you don't have those tools no more and you're dependent on it, then you're going to gain the weight back. That's my story. My point to all this is it's never too early, it's never too late to get started on your health journey. And that's exactly what it is. Health is a journey. It's not a destination, it's a journey. It takes time to get to your optimal level of functioning. Slow and steady wins the race. Nutritiously dense foods, exercise, supplements, preventative services, pap smear, mammogram, colonoscopy, and labs. There's more preventative services, but those are the basics, and you get my point. And your labs. Get a lipid panel to check on your cholesterol to see where that is. Last but not least, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get out of your hair. Get a body composition analysis. That'll give you an overview of your physical body. It tells you your metabolic age, which is like really important. Your metabolic age is more than just your age and numbers. It's the amount of wear and tear that you've put on your body. So you could be 45 years old, but your metabolic age could be 55 years old. That means your body is actually 10 years older than your actual age. And you need to take those years back or you're going to die early. I don't mean to say it like that, but it is what it is.